All right, good morning, everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for today. Let me get myself set up here a little bit. So we have a great word today, and one that we can all kind of tune ourselves to. And that word, that virtue that we're going to talk about today, is purposefulness. So let's read the description first, and then we'll talk about it. So purposefulness is being aware that each of us is here for a reason. We value our lives by discovering the part we are uniquely meant to play. We discern our intention and focus on it mindfully. We visualize it happening. We set goals and achieve them step by step, resisting distractions. We give each task single-minded concentration and excellence. We invest our full enthusiasm into even the simplest job. In the flow of our lives, there are many turns and unexpected events. Within it all, there are lessons to be learned and gifts to receive. Purposefulness is trusting the journey. Well, that's interesting. You know, we hear that all the time, right? It's all about the journey and not the end result. And I'm one that actually I believe that, and have come to learn to believe it even more and more as time has gone on. And that especially we taught martial arts for a long time, and so when students would get focused on only getting the belt or only getting the stripe or that sort of thing, they lost the joy of the journey of seeing themselves improve, seeing themselves take steps forward. And that's what that means to me anyway, that we're trusting the journey, we're enjoying the journey, we're on the journey. And when we get too focused on the end, which doesn't mean that we're not focused on the end, we have that as a goal. But if we don't enjoy the journey, and stay focused on the journey part and the improvements that we're making, then the end goal seems much harder to achieve and without nearly as much joy. So I don't know about you, but I'm in this place right now where happiness, joy, satisfaction, all of those things are things that are more important to me right now. And maybe they're the same for you. I don't know. But I would just say that we are here to create new things and to make things happen, right? So I'm very, very careful about not being focused on that end thing. Because I will tell you, just for years, that was all I was about was, how do I get to this point? How do I get to this point? And I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as I am right now, of just doing what comes and taking each step. And as the universe provides possibilities and opportunities, stepping into them if they feel good, if they make me feel satisfied, if I'm feeling satisfied from that work. So, but purposefulness has probably a broader meaning than that, even in that, whatever the job is that we have to do, whatever the responsibility it is that we have, the task that's at hand, when we can stay focused on that one thing, then we can move forward much more easily, and we can give our very, very best. We have a fellow that lives next to us here in Tennessee, and he's 89 years old, and just a ball of energy. He outworks everybody around. And his thing that he has said to me more than one time is one project at a time. And so, sometimes he has like several projects that, maybe his wife wants him to do. But he says, I must finish this project first. I'm focused on this. And he gives it his absolute total concentration and does his very best job at doing that. And that was a lesson to me, was one project at a time, one focus at a time. So I guess the question that comes up about that, or the thing with somebody wanted to play the devil's advocate on that is, but I have the responsibilities in family. I have responsibilities at work. I have responsibilities at school. I have responsibilities that I've agreed to take on in the community. And I have all these different things happening. I have 3 kids, I have 4 kids, I have 5 kids, and they're all going in different directions, right? And I have all these things. And so this is very hard. And my advice would be, and what I am learning even more and more, is that whatever it is that you're doing, be mindful of what you're doing, right? And be purposeful about giving it your very best. And yes, there are other things, but when you're speaking to your son or daughter, then we need to be speaking to our son or daughter, and not be looking at our phones, or worried about this text, or worried about that email, or this responsibility in this other place, or how we're going to get this or that done. It's impossible, I think, when we have those kinds of distractions in our life, to have full enthusiasm and really give our very best and excellence to any task that we happen to be doing, if we're so distracted that we're all over the place with it. So, how do we teach our children about purposefulness? And I think that's they have it in them. And, some is so funny, because when we were teaching martial arts, parents would bring their kids to us and say, "Mr. Joe, we want our child to be more focused." And I would just say, your child has focus. And it's just that they're focusing on the things that they want to focus on, right? And maybe not the things that you want them to focus on. So your focus is you want them to do well in school, and their focus is, playing a game or a sport, or running around, or whatever it might be. And we see this with babies, right? So babies can stay focused on something that they want to play with for a long, long time. Children are the exact same thing. Adults are the exact same thing. How many of us have gotten focused on something and just lost ourselves completely? That is purposefulness at its very highest place, right? So, how do we teach our children about this? Well, first of all, it comes with clarity. What are the important things in your family and the important things for you? And so this is a discussion that has to be had over a long period of time, consistently, and way earlier than them not being focused on the things that you would like to see them focused on. So that means that you need to take the time to become very clear about the things that are important to you, the virtues, the values that you have, and how they are demonstrated, or what the behavior is. Because, kids are very concrete. So they want to know, what is the behavior that shows this particular characteristic, or shows this particular virtue. And so with purposefulness, we can help them to see, okay, so right now we're working on making the yard look good, right? And these are the tasks that we have to do. And we should demonstrate to them our purposefulness by sticking with that task, and including others, our family members, in on that too. When it comes to their, schooling and things like that, again, we want to help them, give them the time frames to work on things. So give them the choices of when they do it. Some kids, when they come home from school, doing homework isn't the best thing for them right away. They need time to, let loose some of their energies. And for other kids, that is the best time. So what is it that your kid needs to get things done? And sometimes homework is a real big deal. They can't get focused on it. And so there's little tricks that you can use. And I say tricks, but they're really ways that we use as adults too. I'm going to work on this for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take a break. And so it gives them a place to go. Or as soon as I finish these 3 problems, then I get to take a break. So, using little things like that can help our children to learn about purposefulness. So that's some of my thoughts. There's a whole lot more, but right now I'm pushing my time limits on this that I want to be on. And so Thank you for being here today. I look forward to my day. I have a great purpose today. I have 70 bags of mulch that I have to move around. And so I wouldn't say that's a great purpose, but I'm going to do it with excellence, and I'm going to get the job done today before it starts raining again. So thank you very much for being here. And it was a joy bringing this virtue to you. Keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time, bye.